Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. First off, I hope everyone had the best holiday ever. I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas. I know for one person in particular, she maybe had a good Christmas, but after Christmas, she seemed to have a little bit of a difficult time that really seems to be probably really affecting her right now. And I feel like if anybody's going to speak on this, let me tell you guys. At first, I was like, maybe I shouldn't speak on this just because I know what it felt like for me when everybody was covering what happened to me all those years ago. But then I was like, I might be the perfect person to speak on this because I can give a little insight into how things really do work with the situation. Braylon's sister has spoken out. I did not see that. Dash, if you can point me in the direction of where that is, we'll play that. Um, but Gypsy Rose Blanchard's BFF and self-proclaimed manager Bree with the facts. She was arrested on December 26th, booked December 27th, or something like that. We're gonna go over it, okay? I do just have to say she's innocent until proven guilty. So everything that we're going to talk about right now, we're going to go over her charges, and I'm going to explain some things to you guys as well. Because one thing that happened to me when I was arrested was content creators jumped on the internet screaming about how I was an addict, screaming about how well they did a roadside test kit and it came back positive, surely, or they wouldn't have arrested her. Let's just say that's not how this works, okay? I'm not saying she's innocent, but I'm not saying she's guilty. I'm just going to give a different perspective of what could be. I know that, okay, Dash's Breland's sister called her a liar and says she never uses her car and it's only her and her boyfriend's, which they both have a lot of charges. He has several bench warrants out and she has a mouth problem. Okay. Dash, can you email that to me? Can one of the mods put in my email address so I can, is it like, did she post that on her, like, like on her Facebook or something? It's on Reddit. Okay. Can you grab it and send it to my email, please? And once again, something has popped up on my computer that I don't know how to get off. It'll get off in a little bit, but I can't see anything really right now while that pops up. I really got to get Sean in here to help me figure out what is it. Good afternoon, December 31st, December 30th. The weather, the news, and it just pops up on random occasion, and I can't get it off. And I think it closes after a minute or maybe it doesn't. Maybe I somehow get it to close. Can I turn this off? Maybe that'll take it off. There it goes. Okay, so we're gonna talk about it. Okay, first off, one thing that happened really quickly was Bree got arrested. Just days before her arrest, she self-proclaimed a manager to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Gypsy separated herself so quick from that. Hmm. Gypsy made a post saying like, not she didn't say she's not my manager, but let's watch. Let's watch what she said. Hold on, guys. Let's watch what, and then we're gonna go all into everything.
And just stick around.
Okay, here it is right here. Okay, so here's Bree saying that she's Gypsy's manager. Hopefully, you guys can hear it like that. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
And just stick around, and you'll see. But yeah, I'm her new manager. Who would have thunk it?
Oh, there's Gypsy's. Just to clarify, I don't have a manager. All business emails can be forwarded to my work email listed in my bio. So that happened really quickly. And I was watching Audrey with the I almost called her Audrey with the facts, which really Audrey is the one with the facts and maybe not necessarily Bree. But I was watching Audrey and she was talking about Gypsy Rose Blanchard's former BFF, a girl named Rachel, which I remember watching some of Rachel's content a while back. Rachel and Gypsy were BFFs while they were in prison together. Rachel got out of prison first, and so they couldn't communicate after she got out of prison. So what she did was she had her kids and her son sign up to visit Gypsy for visitation so she could so Gypsy would have visitors so she could kind of stay in somewhat kind of contact with Gypsy because they were BFFs. They were in prison together, they were BFFs. She thought, yes, when I get out of prison, we won't be able to communicate, but once you get out and you get off parole, then we'll be BFFs again. She defended Gypsy. She even named like one of her kids after Gypsy, from my understanding. And she made Gypsy like her daughter's godmother or something like that. Well, after Gypsy got out of prison and apparently Rachel become a liability for her. And she sent Rachel a message saying, like, oh, you're too much of a liability. Like, I can't be friends with you. So she got rid of Rachel really quickly when Rachel could not, may not look that great. So now I wonder, is she already starting that with Bree? Is she already like, well, hold on a minute. Bree's not my manager. All right, let me check my email and we will look at that really quickly. Okay. Oh, hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I got a lot we're gonna watch. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, there it is. Okay, so this was just sent to my inbox, so I haven't had time to really verify this. But this is allegedly Bree's sister with this. I don't know. This is allegedly Bree's sister, so take it where you want. It says, I am going to put this out there because without Bree's sister, Alyssa, I would not know all the things I do know about Bree. Alyssa doesn't do hard rugs. She doesn't borrow Bree's car either. This is just more lies. Bree has been on math the whole entire time since Gypsy has been released. She was on math very bad before, but only stopped when she was forced to by the courts. The only person who would be in Bree's beat up car who does rugs is her husband, Scott. Scott didn't go to the birthday party, though. He stayed home. Okay, so this is allegedly put out there by the sister because what happened was, okay, so it seems like Bree may have been pulled over the night of the birthday party. Gypsy Rose Blanchard had a birthday party for her daughter, Aurora, which you guys listen. She had a Miss Rachel themed birthday party, which is not abnormal. A lot of parents are doing it these days because Miss Rachel is like all the hype for the little kids, right? So she had this Miss Rachel themed birthday party. However, look at this. Okay, here's her decorating for the Miss Rachel themed birthday party. Here's them at the Miss Rachel themed birthday party. Here is the cookies at the Miss Rachel themed birthday party. And look, there's Dee Dee years ago. Years ago, there's Dee Dee of when she and Gypsy, one of their trips to Disney, because they have more than one. That's what people like. Oh, she was so sheltered. She couldn't do anything. She wasn't allowed this. She wasn't allowed friends. She couldn't have animals. She couldn't dress the way that she wanted. She couldn't paint her nails. She didn't have jewelry. All of that is like proven to be lies. Lies, 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 lies. She had animals. She could dress how she wanted to. In the video to Nicholas, and one of the many videos to Nicholas, she says she chooses to dress like a young child because it garners her sympathy when she's out and about and they get to go on trips. Gypsy admits this in a video to Nicholas that she prefers to dress like that when out and about. Okay. So one of the many trips to Disney, this is Dee Dee wearing, and I did get this off Ray's page and I shared it. And I got a little, some Gypsy defenders like, you guys are so weird. She didn't do this on purpose. And I'm like, I did not say she did it on purpose. I just said it's an eerie coincidence. This is a eerie coincidence that Gypsy's daughter's very first birthday party, the cookies that she has made for the birthday party, looks just like an outfit her mom wore. It's just weird. It's just weird. That's all that I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Also, I want to make clear that we are not downing or dogging people with addiction. I fully believe addiction is a disease. I know there's two ends of the spectrum when it comes to this. Some people end up addicted because they choose to do it. You're young and you want to party, and your friends may have it. You want to have that experience of, what? We're at a party. Let's take this pill and let's see what happens. And we're going to have fun, or let's smoke this. That's one side of the spectrum, but also there's a complete different side of the spectrum where, a lady breaks her leg, or a man gets hurt working offshore, or gets hurt working in the woods, or gets hurt working somewhere, and they go to the doctor, and the doctor prescribes them pain medication for years and years and years to where they end up addicted. I have so many people that I know that that's how it happened for them, and it was not a choice. So I believe wholeheartedly that addiction is a disease. And there are some people that take it to party, not understanding how it will affect them and that it will take a hold of them. I know people that can pick it up and put it down. I know this one guy, he's really big offshore. He's like a rig manager. And when he comes home, he does drugs. And when he goes back to work, he does it. And I don't even know, but at home, he lives this way, and out there, he lives a completely different. He doesn't do it. He doesn't touch it, and he don't always touch it when he comes home. When they go do stuff like parties and mud rides and this and that, he dabbles in the booger sugar. You know what I'm saying? But when he's at work, and I mean, he doesn't. So, and I've always thought like surely he's going to catch up to him, right? Like one day we're going to see. So far, it hasn't. So I think some people can maintain it, some people can't. But either way, I don't want to bash her. That's not what we're here to do. I just thought I could give a different side to this story. So we're gonna get into it, okay? Yeah, that was weird though. The cookies that look just like Dee Dee. All right, we're gonna go over her charges really quickly. All right. My granny and my mama used to say, like, ain't nothing like you shouldn't be out past midnight. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing out like after midnight, ain't nothing open that's good. Like church is closed. Like ain't nothing open but bars and whorehouses and the jail. So like I don't remember how my granny used to say it, but my mama ended up saying it. And it's some phrase that my granny used to say, like, ain't nothing open late after midnight except like bars, whorehouses, and the jail. You don't want to be in any of those, after midnight. Go home. Church is closed. Right. So, anyways, here are the charges that, and we're gonna go over this. And then we're gonna listen to a video because Bree did respond to this. She talks about this, and I'm gonna read anyways. All right, so we're gonna listen to her response. Okay, so according to public booking records, Gypsy Rose Blanchard's close friend and self-proclaimed manager, which Gypsy has debunked that since, she was arrested on December 26th following a traffic stop. The stop itself involved several traffic-related issues. So first, let's see. Okay, down here you see tail lamps required. Oh, okay, I just can't. Tail lamps required, meaning the vehicle allegedly didn't have functioning tail lights. This is a traffic violation, usually a fix-it ticket or a fine. You normally don't get arrested for this, okay? Switch plates, I think that's going to be on this one. Is a switch plate? Oh, there it is right there. Switch plates, which is a misdemeanor. Police alleged that the license plates did not match the vehicle that it was on. However, listen, one time that happened to my husband, okay? Is 28 grams of crank a lot? It said less than. So it wasn't up to, it was less than 28. So I don't know exactly how much it was, and I really don't know how much that is. I don't know. Even when I'm cooking, I don't measure nothing. So couldn't tell you. Okay, so one time Sean was pulled over. He had bought, I think it was when he had his Jeep, and he got pulled over. They thought he stole the vehicle because they said the tags didn't match the Jeep, but it wasn't on him. It was, I don't know, it was something weird, and it was fine. Like whoever he bought the vehicle from, I don't even know how it happened. If he was out here, I'd get him to tell it to you guys, but yeah, I don't know. He was fine. He did not steal the vehicle, but they suspected that he did because the plates like didn't match, but it was like an issue with the DMV or something. So I don't know. Okay. All right. So security required. Security required. Is that gonna be this one? Nope. Back. Okay. Not on this one either, but here you go. Security required typically refers to a vehicle's insurance or a proof of insurance issue. So it could mean that like she didn't have insurance. Bree acknowledges this, and Bree says in the video that we're going to watch shortly, she's going to say like, I knew like my car was going to get towed because I didn't have insurance. Why you didn't have insurance, girl? Why you didn't have insurance? Like I live in Louisiana where Bree lives, and I don't know how they do it where y'all live, but where I live, if you don't have insurance, like one day after your payment is due, you get charged a $25 fine per vehicle in your name. So like me and Sean, we have 3 vehicles in our names. So if I am a day late paying our insurance, that's a $75 fee for the one day. And basically what happens whenever you need to go renew your license, like come my birthday, if I got to go renew my license next year, it'll be a flag on my license saying you owe $567,000 because you haven't had insurance in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? There is a limit. I think the limit's like $800 or something like that. But I'm like, girl, if you don't have no insurance, then you are racking up a bill that when you have to go get your driver's license, you're going to have to pay a huge fine to even get your license renewed. So that literally just kind of rolls into another problem if you don't pay your insurance, right? Okay, so not all of these are felonies. So the most serious charge, obviously, is the possession of meth under 28 grams, which is a felony. Now, what matters here, okay, is that this charge reflects what the police believed that the substance was at the time of the arrest. More than likely, they did do a roadside test kit, and I'll show you guys what they use to test these rugs. This is what they use, right here. They use these, okay? And they are wrong the majority of the time, okay? These NIC field test kits are not reliable. Their false to positive rate is significant, and courts generally consider them preliminary results only, not definitive identification of rugs, which is why they have to send it off to a lab. However, they still make an arrest if it comes back that this is rugs. Okay. So the real world estimates for the false to positive rate is about 20 to 38% false positive rate in various studies of these roadside field test kits. Okay. When I remember after my arrest, I started researching these test kits to find out like how accurate are they and how do they work? Because as you guys know, when I was arrested, they took the little bit of substance, powdery substance that was in this Ziploc bag and they tested it, but I didn't see anything. There was like, it was clear with like just a couple of pink little specks. And I remember specifically asking, can I look at that? Because he's like, oh, yep, see, this is rugs. And I'm like, can I look at that? And they put it in front of my face. And he's like, you see those little pink specks? And I literally had to like adjust my eyes because I didn't see anything. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I see like a couple pink specks. What does that mean? He's like, well, what does it say? The pink thing on the one that they gave me, the pink thing meant cocaine. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have said that word. But if it showed up pink, it meant that what they tested positive for Coca-Cola, right? And I was like, that's not possible. I don't do rugs. Definitely would never touch that. I ain't never even seen it. That's not possible. So when I got out, I did some research. I'm like, wait, okay, how is it supposed to look? What is the success rate? Like, and I did so much research on this, and literally they should not even be used. Some counties will not even use these because they're so faulty. What I believe they should do is, and listen, when I got arrested, I demanded a drug test too. I was like, can y'all drug test me? Can y'all please give me a drug test? And that, what they told me? They said it didn't matter. We're not charging you with being under the influence. We're charging you with being in possession of something. So it doesn't matter if you pass or fail a drug test. We're not going to give you one. So that's what happened with me. Okay. So, I mean, the fact that they let her take one, that will help her case out. That will help her at least enough for him to be like, well, maybe you weren't doing the rugs. Maybe you weren't distributing the drugs. I don't know. So anyways, yeah, I did a lot of research. You can literally find, there's a video of this guy, maybe a scientist, I'm not sure, where he tests all kind of crazy things. I mean, he puts shreds of chocolate in these kits and it comes back to be rugs. He puts crushed up Tylenol and it comes back to be rugs. I mean, one lady got arrested for cotton candy. I'm not playing. One lady was not even in her car. She was in somebody else's car, like a relative's car, and there was a bag of cotton candy on the passenger side floorboard, and they tested it, and it tested positive for methamphetamines, right? And she was in jail for 6 months. One of her twins got pregnant and miscarried, and she was not there for that because she was in jail, because she did not post a bond, because the amount that they said she had was a large amount. Her bond was too high. She could not get out. So she had to wait until the lab results come back to prove that it was not rugs. It was literally cotton candy. One man was arrested over donut glaze. So I'm just saying, as far as when it comes to this, I will give the benefit of the doubt that who knows, maybe it wasn't rugs. I don't know. Right, possession is 9/10 of the law. So I mean, you have that. But I'm gonna give this one the benefit of the doubt to say I'm gonna wait for the lab results to come back with that. Now she is saying it's not hers, that it was in a that it was there was a purse left in her car and that it was in the purse. I don't know, any purse that's left in my car, I'm gonna know whose it is. Like if a wallet's left in my car, I'm gonna know whose it is because I'm gonna know who rides in my car. She says that she's never driving her car, that it's always loaned out to people. However, in a recent live stream with Gypsy and Ivory Rose Grows, or whatever that girl's name is, Gypsy and Ivory Rose were together. And Bree was like, I would have went over there if I didn't have such a piece of crap car. And so I don't know, she was calling her car crap. So I'm like, do you really loan out your crappy car that much? Like, is all your family and relatives like beating down your door to borrow your crappy car that ain't got no insurance? It got switch plates. Maybe so. I don't know. She says she calls a cab a lot. Maybe, maybe so. Maybe she calls a cab because she ain't no insurance. Either way. Okay, so yeah, police often use these field drug test kits during traffic stops, but these kits are widely known to be unreliable and have a high false positive rate. Everyday substances like certain medications, supplements, cleaning products, even chalk have been documented to trigger a false positive on roadside test kits. However, I do have to step up and say mine actually didn't create a positive. When I spoke to the lead investigator here in the town that I live in, and I told him how it appeared, he said that's not even a positive, that is considered a negative. Okay, so she has since stated that the purse where the substance was found was not hers, saying it belonged to a friend or a relative. I don't even think that matters because it's in your car. Now, for the bond breakdown, let's see. We're going to talk about the bond because at first I didn't know if there was even a bond, but she did. She got a bond, she bonded out, and we're going to look at that really quickly. And then we're going to watch her video where she talks about it. We got 2 videos we're going to watch, okay? All right. So, yes, this on Reddit, guys. All right. So, security required bond $100, felony possession bond $2,500. So the total bond listed was $2,600. The remaining traffic charges did not add additional bond amounts. So, yeah, it was $2,600. This is an arrest, not a conviction. Charges are allegations, not proof. Between unreliable roadside test kits, pending lab results, and court proceedings, cases can change significantly. So I'm not here to defend or accuse, just to explain what the paperwork actually says so that people have the facts. With the facts, right? Anyways, oh, thank you, Janie. Sorry, I wasn't reading the comments. I just jumped over to them. All right, so we're going to listen to Bree's video where she talks about it.
People saying I did the same thing to back up. And just stick around. Years now.
Okay. And I have we're going to play the video through in its entirety, and then I'm going to play it back and I'm going to comment on it because I got a lot of things to say about what she says in this video.
It has been y'all's mission to do whatever you can to push me to the edge because y'all can't stand someone having a different opinion than you. Less than 24 hours ago, I experienced probably the most traumatic fucking night of my entire life.
I bet so there. I do bet so about that.
When I was pulled over, I knew my car was going to get towed. I didn't have insurance. Things happen. It is what it is. Someone was on their way to get me. And what happened next, no one could have prepared me for. I was literally sobbing for the next 5 hours. We all know how obsessed you people are with watching my lives. So you know how often I don't have my car. Literally, how often am I getting in a cab to go to the store because someone's borrowing my car? The shit that was found in my car was in a purse that didn't belong to me. But you know what? It probably belongs to one of my family members or someone that they care about. But y'all never thought about that, huh? while y'all are on live talking about shit that y'all have no fucking clue about. I've been sitting here for the last 24 hours, terrified at the thought that someone that I fucking love is struggling with something that could literally ruin their life.
I just want to say really
so many
quickly,
people to addiction. So many. And, you know,
I'm going to continue playing this, but I do have to say really quickly, and maybe I should have waited. But if she is the one, can you imagine, like, if she's the one with the addiction issues, but she's setting on live saying someone I love is an addict, and I've seen it destroy people's lives. If she really is the one with an addiction issue, that is kind of weird. But anyways, let's continue.
You know what? I guarantee you on this app, there are so many people who struggle with addiction. And you know what that shit does to you? It does to your family. So the fact that y'all thought that this would be so fucking enjoyable for you to go on TikTok live and talk about when you don't know a single fucking thing. Little do y'all fucking know, as soon as I got to that jail, I demanded that they give me a drug test. I wasn't asked to, I wasn't made to. I voluntarily did. I almost wasn't given one because it wasn't ordered. But they did give me one and it came up fucking clean. Guess what? I don't give a fuck if y'all believe me. I don't have to prove shit to y'all. I'm actually glad that I'll be the only one that you'll ever be able to drag into this shit. Because any details that I ever find out about this, if I ever find out, will never be spoken to a single soul. Not even people that are close to me. Because it's no one's goddamn business. Because again, while y'all are sitting here having fun with this, there's a chance that someone that I really fucking love is struggling.
Girl, a chance. They had less than 28 grams of meth in their bag. A chance. I'd say they're either a dealer or got an addiction issue. Sorry, I'm not going to stop it anymore. Sorry.
With something that y'all know ruins people's fuck. Y'all are some of the most pathetic, low-life, vile human beings I have ever met in my life. And all because you're so goddamn obsessed with Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Drag me all you want. I've tried everything. This isn't going to work either. It's just really sad that the people who say, don't put real life on people, continue to do it every fucking day. But it's okay. Keep it on me. Because the details of all of this will never be told to anyone. So enjoy it. Have fun with it. Maybe for once y'all can focus on me then, instead of Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her videos from fucking 13 years ago.
Okay. Ray, I think I got that from you too, but I'm gonna play it back because I got comments, okay? I do got comments, and I'm probably one of the only people on any outlet that's given Brie maybe a little bit of like benefit of the doubt. But she probably ain't gonna like what I have to say when we listen to this video. So let's go ahead and let's play it.
Years now, it has been y'all's mission to do whatever you can to push me to the edge.
I gotta stop there. Because I don't know. I mean, the internet is full of wackos. But I know for me and other creators that I know, I don't think it's any of their missions to like push her over the edge. I think a lot of people's mission when it comes to Brie is to like get her to see the light. Like, girl, you have been defending Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and like so much evidence has come out that she has lied about everything. So I think people's mission maybe isn't even to convince Brie, but just to show the world like this is who Gypsy Rose Blanchard is. And when people come in contact with Brie, then they want to like convince Brie because they're like, how do you not see this? I don't know. I mean, there may be some crazy people out there that's like, oh, I just hate Brie. I want to push her over the edge. But I feel like most people just wants to like understand, like, Brie, how do you have the opinion that you have of Gypsy? With everything that's come out, like, how do you still hold this opinion that she's some innocent victim? I mean, I've literally heard Brie like act like Gypsy didn't do anything wrong when Gypsy herself said, "I planned the murder. I asked Nicholas to unalive my mom." Well, Brie will literally like get on there and be like, "It was all Nicholas. It was all Nicholas. It was all Nicholas." Gypsy herself has admitted that it was her, that she asked him to do it. So, she defends Gypsy in a way that Gypsy herself has even acknowledged that she was in the wrong with. So I think a lot of people, they're not trying to push her over the edge. They're just trying to get her to understand, like, what you're defending doesn't necessarily make sense. Let's continue. I hate that she feels that way, though. I hate that she feels that people's mission is to push her over the edge.
Because y'all can't stand someone having a different opinion than you.
Okay, gotta stop there again because she says people want to push her over the edge because they can't stand people having a different opinion than her. Who here knew who Bree was when Gypsy first got out of prison? Did any of you guys know who Bree was when Gypsy got out of prison? I did not. You guys want me to tell you how I came to really know who Bree was? Okay, I started covering Gypsy. And then people would be like, did you see this girl Bree who's like online defending Gypsy? And then one time I was live talking about Gypsy, and Bree came in my live and was chatting and was defending Gypsy. She was nice, she was respectful, and I asked my chat to be respectful to her. I was like, if you guys want to conversate with Bree, just keep it respectful. We try to respect the fact that other people have opinions here. So to me, it seems like the person that has an issue with people having a different opinion is more Bree, because Bree was not known until she came on the scene, like in people's comment sections, in people's lives, making rebuttal videos. Like, oh, somebody makes a video about anything. Well, she's like showing a piece of their video and then doing a rebuttal. Like, that's not right. This is what happened. So to me, it seems like the one that isn't necessarily maybe liking the fact that other people holds the opinion that they hold is Bree, and she in turn like jumps to Gypsy's defense to try to convince them that Gypsy's innocent, and she tries to sway them to have her opinion. I mean, I didn't know who Bree was, so it feels to me like it's maybe that I don't feel like people have a problem that Bree has a different opinion. It's just about what the topic is about. It's like, how can you have that opinion? How can you hold the opinion now with everything that's come out that Gypsy's like some innocent victim here? Like, how do you have the opinion of that? But in the very beginning, nobody knew who Bree was to go to her to be like, oh, we hate your opinion. It was Bree putting herself on the scene defending Gypsy, not liking the fact that people had a different opinion about Gypsy, that people come to know her. Anyways, let's continue.
Less than 24 hours ago, I experienced probably the most traumatic fucking night of my entire life.
I bet so.
When I was pulled over, I knew my car was going to get towed. I didn't have insurance. Things happen.
What are we doing without insurance? Things happen? Girl, we need insurance. My thing is like, okay, so you can pay for cabs, but why not pay for your insurance if you're paying for cabs? Maybe those people borrowing your car, you can be like, hey, listen, $5 a pop. I don't know, put a little gas in it, $5 a pop. If you're going to borrow my car, it ain't got no insurance. Since you driving it, how about you help me keep insurance on it? I don't know. Like, that's just wild to not have insurance as a grown woman. That's just my opinion.
And it is what it is. Someone was on their way to get me. And what happened next?
Oh, and two, okay. I can almost see like, okay, it's Christmas time, times are rough, no insurance, couldn't pay it this month, it lapsed. Maybe it was one time thing, but the switch plates, that's criminal. That's like, maybe it was an accident, maybe there's an issue there, maybe it was the DMV. I'm going to give you a little bit of the benefit of the doubt that maybe it's going to come back that actually the plates were legit and the cops got something wrong or the DMV messed up there. But if that's not the case and the plates have been switched, let's not just be like, oh, my insurance times are tough, no insurance, oops, sorry. If the plates were switched, like if the plates were legitimately switched and you're driving around a car with switched plates with no insurance, I could kind of, okay, like I said, Christmas time, okay. Maybe it's not that you never have insurance, but this month it lapsed and you were without it for a few days and they caught you within that time frame. But switch plates, that takes some effort. That takes some effort to be like, we're going to take these plates off here. We're going to take those plates over there. We're going to put them on this car. That takes some effort. Okay. So
no one could have prepared me for. I was literally sobbing for the next 5 hours. We all know how obsessed you people are with watching my lives. So you know how often I don't have my car.
Now, I don't watch a lot of her lives. I just watch clips of her lives. I've never heard her talk about people borrowing her car, but like I said, I don't watch many of them. But my thing is like, Brie, would you go live if nobody watched? That's like, I don't know why everybody's so obsessed with me. Like every time I go live, all these haters watch me. If nobody watched you, would you even go live? You know? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's some people out there. And I mean, when Brie came in my chat, she was nice. So I almost feel bad to say anything like this, but Brie is on the unpopular end of the situation, right? So I'm going to group her in with people of the likes and not for any other reason other than to make it make sense. Okay. Brie with the facts, Amber Portwood, Katie Joy, like most of the people that watch them are not people that support them and defend them. It's people screen recording. It's people that disagree with them. It's people that don't necessarily like them. So like my thing is like, if the only people that watch Brie was people that supported Brie, she wouldn't get very many views. And the fact that she took over Gypsy Rose Blanchard's page tells me that she surely wants the views. But if everybody just said, you know what, I don't like her, I don't agree with her, I don't support, her beliefs on what went on with Gypsy Rose Blanchard, so I'm gonna stop watching her, she probably wouldn't have very many viewers anymore. Maybe like her little, I think she said they have a little community of like 70 people. Okay, maybe like those 70 people will watch. But I mean, I'm like, listen, if you watch me, watch me. If you disagree with me, that's fine. Let's just be respectful. But I want people to watch me. I want people to watch me. Like when I'm live, I'm looking at the number several times to see how many people's in here with us. You know what I'm saying? Like I want people to watch me.
Literally, how often am I getting in a cab to go to the store because someone's borrowing my car? The shit that was found in my car was in a purse that didn't belong to me. But you know what?
It wasn't me. That's like Shaggy. But she found it in the purse. It wasn't me. I tried to throw it in the dirt. It wasn't me. I don't know. Like I'm gonna give her a little bit of the doubt here. In Louisiana, do you have to pay the full bond amount yourself, or can you use a bondsman? You can use a bondsman. We have a lot of them around here, and more. She probably used a bondsman. And what did I say? The amount of her? Let me see. $2,600. So she probably paid like maybe less than $300. Let me see. I'm so stupid. Sorry, guys. Now y'all all know that I can't say. Okay. So in Louisiana, where I live, they charge 12%. So it would have been like $312. Yeah. You pay the bondsman $312, and that fee is typically non-refundable, even if the case is dropped or the person goes to court as required. So I mean, she probably didn't have to pay that much to get out if she hired a bondsman, and they have them everywhere. Okay, around here. So
It probably belongs to one of my family members or someone that they care about.
don't you know whose purse it is though? Like, how many people's in your ride that you don't know whose purse it is? Like, I know what all my sister's purses look like. Like, I could literally pick up a purse and be like, "Oh, this is Flossie's purse." Oh, don't you know who's been in your car in the past week? My thing is like, this is why it's a little unbelievable. Okay, Bree, and listen, I don't want to be mean. This is why it's unbelievable because most addicts that I know, first off, why they carry around book bags? You guys ever notice that? Like addicts usually carry around a book bag. Anyways, and that they keep it it's tight. You know what I'm saying? They're not letting it go. They hold on to that mug like I don't even know what. Like it's strapped. Like they're not even when they get in a car, they set it in their lap. They're not just putting it down on the floorboard. They're not like throwing it in the back seat. Like it's on their lap. It is they buckling it in with the seatbelt with them. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of I don't know. Like and two, if it's left more than a few hours, people's gonna be like they're gonna be calling. I left my purse in your car. I'm gonna need to come get it. They're not gonna like you should know whose purse it is because this should be somebody, if this is accurate, pull the ID out. Exactly. Pull, hey, let me see whose purse this is. There's an ID in there. Look at the ID. You know whose it is. So the fact that she's like somebody in my family and it seems like she doesn't know, it almost seems made up. Like when you think about this from like a psychological standpoint of somebody trying to make up a story, if you think about it in the sense of like, okay, this really happened. Put yourself in this position. Somebody borrowed your car. You're in it the next day. You get pulled over and rugs are found in a purse, right? You're going to be like, I got to figure out whose purse it is. You're going to know around about whose purse it is. You're going to look at the IDs. You're going to know whose it is. So to be like somebody in my family, like you don't know, you would know. So, but you don't have to say so and so in my family got pulled over or left their purse, and they're obviously you could be like, and now I'm dealing with the fact that I know there's a person in my family that I love very much, but the fact that she acts like she don't even know who it is makes it seem like it's not accurate. Makes it seem like it's like a made up story. That's just my opinion. Oh, wasn't it after the arrest? Yeah, the party, the arrest. She was arrested, and then the party was afterwards, right?
Y'all never thought about that, huh? While y'all are on a live talking about shit that y'all have no fucking clue about. I've been sitting here for the last 24 hours, terrified at the thought that someone that I fucking love is struggling with something that could literally ruin their life. I have lost so many people to addiction. So many. And you know what?
Just think about this. If it is her, which I'm sure everybody is thinking, like, girl, you're the one with the problem. It's your rugs. Nobody believes that it's not. So just think about this, like her, saying this. Like it is kind of weird. Like it is a weird concept. Like if she's the person, it was hers, and she's the one with the issue, but now she's online crying, saying, "Oh, somebody I love, and it destroys lives, and I know this, and I'm so concerned about them now." I mean, hopefully, listen, I don't know. Like I don't wish that on anybody. So I don't know. Maybe it was somebody else's. Hopefully for her sake. I don't know because I don't want to wish that on anybody else either. But it is kind of weird if you consider like what if it's hers and she's doing this. Anyways.
I guarantee you on this app, there are so many people who struggle with addiction. And you know what that shit does to you, what it does to your family. So the fact that y'all thought.
I know. Listen, people that are on rugs, they lose family members. They lose their house. All their time, energy, and money goes towards rugs. They can afford car insurance because all their money is going on rugs. Um, they may switch the plates of their car around because they know if an officer puts in their tags, it might come back that the car has no insurance, so they might switch tags thinking they could get away. I don't know. People that are in addiction do some crazy things in the midst of their addiction. Hopefully, whoever it is, they get help. Honestly, really, really. All jokes aside, does Bree have kids? Does anybody know if Bree has kids?
This would be so fucking enjoyable for you to go on TikTok live and talk about when you don't know a single fucking thing. Little do y'all fucking know, as soon as I got to that jail, I demanded that they give me a drug test. I wasn't asked to, I wasn't made to. I voluntarily did. I almost wasn't given one because it wasn't ordered. But they did give me one and it came up being clean.
And that's good on her. However, like I said earlier, that's not going to matter. When that happened to me, I literally begged for a drug test and they said, it doesn't matter. You're not being charged with being under the influence. You're being charged with being in possession. So that's good for her to do it. I went myself. You know what, Bree? You could take a page out of my book if you want to. I went myself and did a hair follicle test. I got arrested and like the very next day I called a clinic and was like, "Can I come in for a hair follicle test?" And they was like, "Come in on this day." It was like a couple of days out. I went, paid the $280 it cost for me to have a 12-panel rug test, had my hair taken out of my head. They actually shave it all over your head, like little splotches. Had it done so I could prove that I didn't do rugs either. So I get, if somebody's innocent, them wanting to do that. I do get that. Go do that, Bree. If you have the money, go do you a hair follicle test.
But I don't give a fuck if y'all believe me. I don't have to prove shit to y'all. I'm actually glad that I'm the only one that you'll ever be able to drag into this shit. Because any details that I ever find out about this, if I ever find out, will never be spoken to a single soul. Not even people that are close to me. Because it's no one's goddamn business. Because again, while y'all are sitting here having fun with this, there's a chance that someone that I really fucking love is struggling with something that y'all know ruins people's fuck. Y'all are some of the most pathetic, low life, vile human beings I have ever met in my life. And all because you're so goddamn obsessed with Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Drag me all you want. Y'all tried everything. This isn't going to work either. It's just really sad that the people who say, don't go real life on people, continue to do it every fucking day. But it's okay. Keep it on me. Because the details of all of this will never be told to anyone. So enjoy it. Have fun with it. Maybe for once y'all can focus on me then, instead of Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her videos from fucking 13 years ago.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't like when people comment this on my page too. They're like, "Oh my God, you guys are so obsessed with her. Leave her alone. You guys are so obsessed with her." This is a public. Gypsy is a very public figure. She was in prison for 8.5 years for her mom. It's not about like anybody being obsessed. It's just about having a discussion about different aspects of the case, Gypsy's life, especially if Gypsy is constantly giving us material to work with, if she's posting on social media or new videos are coming out. It's not about being obsessed. It's just about having opinions about something big coming out, or that's what always oh sorry, I thought you were talking to me, Miss Bug. I was like, wait, what? Um Yeah, talking about something very public that Gypsy herself puts out to the public. Not the video. She didn't put the videos out there to the public, but like her posting on social media, her being on a Lifetime reality TV show, her participating in documentaries. Hello, people's going to have opinions. So they're going to want to join forums where, a lot of us, our husbands aren't into this. Our husbands are not into talking about Teen Mom or Gypsy Rose Blanchard or anything. So we have these places like a Reddit or TikTok or YouTube where we talk about our opinions and we allow other people to come talk about their opinions. And it's not about being obsessed. It's literally what a public platform is for people who are interested in a topic to talk about it. So when people say like, "Oh, you're obsessed," that's just like deflection for me because you don't like their opinion. Because guess what? Are you obsessed with defending Gypsy? Are you obsessed with defending her? Are you obsessed with her? Because you talk about her a lot too. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's like deflection just because people do not agree with your like how you feel about the topic. People call me biased too. I hate to say funny, but like I'll have people comment on like my Facebook or my YouTube. They're like, I really like you, Elle, because you're unbiased. But in this case, you're being very biased and you're not giving this person uh, a clear chance, really. Like you're defending this person over that person. And you're being super biased. And I'm like, first off, anybody that follows me knows that I actually am biased. I'm not a reporter. I'm not a journalist. I'm just, I'm on YouTube and I guess some people could say it's a reporter, but I'm just like a, a wife. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I just got on here talking about my opinions, and they are biased. When it comes to Amber Portwood, when it comes to Gypsy, when it comes to Janelle, they're biased. And what's crazy is people that say that more than likely are the people that agree with me on Amber Portwood topics, on Janelle topics. But when it comes to Lindsay Downs, maybe, or maybe even Gypsy in this case, because my bias is different than their bias, then they want to call me out for being biased when literally I'm always biased. So yeah. Anyways, so I don't think that's fair for for Bree to call people obsessed. I'm like, you guys are so obsessed with Gypsy Rose Blanchard. If Gypsy does not want people talking about her, she should have never participated in the documentaries. Maybe she should have never participated in a murder either. I don't know. She should have never participated in the documentary. She should have never did a reality TV show. And now she's going to do a podcast. So is Gypsy really tired of people having their opinions? Because she's literally about to do a podcast, which guess what's going to cause? People to have their opinions. So, oh my goodness, you guys, y'all don't fight in the chat. Sorry. You don't listen. Everybody can have their different opinion. I think what you guys are having a disagreement about is like if Bree was there at the party with rugs in her car, or if the party happened afterwards. You guys, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. So there was another video that we were going to watch. There was actually a couple little clips we were going to watch. Oh, one thing that was interesting is Bree said, you guys go real life.
Years now.
But listen, Bree, you have too, my girl. Like you went real life too. And I don't know if this was you in this particular setting, but thank you, Dash. I don't know. I know when Bree and some of her friends were live talking about the videos, Gypsy was on with them for a second. I jumped on TikTok and I was showing their live and I was commentating on it, which falls under fair use. You can do that. Once they found out I was live, all of a sudden I'm getting flagged. I'm getting reported. So I don't know if they told people to go report me. I don't know if they reported me. I did see that, Roddy Mom. I don't know if they reported me. I don't know if they told their people to report me, but I was watching and I heard the lady say, "Oh, some girl named Elle Bee is live streaming us." And right after that, I got blocked. They blocked my page. So then I had to jump over to my other account on my phone and I was trying to show it. And then I started getting reported. And basically, what can happen if you are reported multiple times on a live, like you can like get banned and stuff. And TikTok is a part of my income. So that's going real life when you, and like I said, I don't know if Bree did this. I don't know if it was just their followers. I don't know if she instructed them to, but that should be a no-no. Especially considering when I went live, or especially considering when I jumped on Bree's live and started watching her live, she was streaming into the weeds. She was streaming into the weeds, and then they reported me because I was streaming Bree's video. So I was getting reported for doing the exact same thing that Bree had been doing. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe Bree should tell her people, like, hey, we don't report people unless they're really doing something wrong. If they're doing the same thing we're doing, let's not report them because we don't want to be reported for that. If they're making threats against somebody, okay, whatever. But for a content creator, like, I'm a content creator. If you did have people report me, that is going real life on me. Also, Bree kind of went real life on Becca Scoops, who is a creator that puts out like anti-gypsy content that kind of proves
I did the same thing
that kind of proves more about who Gypsy is. So here is a little clip where we kind of prove that. Okay, so here's Bree talking about like, oh, like the point of me, because Becca Scoops is a creator. She was like a site nurse or something like that. And I guess she lost her license over something. I'm not sure. Bree said it was like doctor shopping or something. And from my understanding, Bree put that out there to the public. This was something that nobody knew about. Becca just jumped on the scene because she was interested in the case and she started covering it. And Bree went after her. Once again, it seems like Bree is a person that can't. It seems like Bree is the person that doesn't like it when people have a different opinion. Because Becca has a different opinion. I don't think Becca ever went after Bree. I don't think she did. Not to my knowledge. And I watch a lot of Becca Scoops, and I've never seen Becca go after Bree. But Becca was doing her thing on social media, putting out a lot of good content that brought the facts, that came up with paperwork and proof. And then next thing you know is, there's people talking about how Becca lost her license, and Bree was put this information out there. So uh, Becca let her license elapse after entering into recovery. Thank you, Dash. I didn't know exactly how that worked, what happened, but listen, even the best of people can suffer from addiction. Even the best of people, okay? So here's a clip. We're gonna
People think I did the same thing to Becca. No, the fuck I didn't. I didn't care. That wasn't the point of my video. So maybe if y'all listen rather than just, I don't know what the fuck y'all do half the time. Y'all would have known that that video had absolutely nothing to do with that. I have lost so many people to addiction. The last thing I would do is judge her for being addicted to something. For all I know, she could have been pharmacy shopping herself. I don't know what she was doing. I didn't care about that. It was not to judge her. It wasn't to mock her and to bully her. But yet you listen to Becky. I want to call me and tell me I'm
Okay, so here's the old clip where she did like out Becca. Here's the old clip. Mind you, she just said like, "Oh, it wasn't to like call her out. That's not what it was for. I don't know what you guys are listening to." Now, here's what she said.
on drugs when Becca literally she lost her whole career because she was pharmacy shopping and pill popping, okay?
So I don't know, and that wasn't known to the public. That wasn't known to the public, you know. And listen, I do agree that just because you're a content creator, people shouldn't dig into your whole lives, especially when it comes to stuff like, you know, your relatives, your family. I mean, I've had people do background checks on me. I've had people dig into like, you know, my sister, like my cousin's name come up, like my aunt's name come up. Like just because we're content creators, we get on here and we want to cover a topic. I don't think that should come with people digging into us. It's kind of weird, you know. These people are celebrities. They put they put their whole life out there, and they sell articles and they profit off of their lives and their trauma. So people, you know, wanting to discuss it and talk about it. I mean, that's one thing. And yeah, somebody said like Becca's always said former nurse. So to me, I just didn't feel that it was right for anybody to like try to dig into her to see what happened. As far as where it comes with the Bree situation, I didn't dig into Bree getting arrested. Once it was posted, I did post it, and then I thought, should I even talk about this because you know, Bree's not a celebrity and she don't really put her life out there. She's a content creator, I guess you could call her. Should I really? And I thought, you know what? I maybe have an interesting take because of what I went through. And I might be the only person, or I might be the only person that gives her a little bit of a benefit of the doubt and even get some people that are like stone cold hardcore, like, oh, she did it. I mean, I saw people commenting on my page saying, um, oh, if she was charged with it, she did it because they tested on the scene and, you know, if it tests positive, that's what it is. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should do a video about it and explain that still don't mean that's what it is. You know, there's a chance that maybe it's not that. And the rose because roadside test kits are not accurate at all. They're very faulty. So I will give her the benefit of the doubt on that one. As far as if yeah, it's never okay to go real life. Never, ever, 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 ever. I don't like that. Don't try to take people's income from them. Yeah, I don't support any of that. But here's the thing. No matter what we think, no matter what I think, no matter what any of you guys think, if it was Ruggs and if it was in fact Breeze, she and maybe one or two other people, maybe the only people that really know that. Her man, and God. They might be the only three that really know that. And until Bree can at least admit to herself that it was hers and admit that she may have an issue, she's not going to get the help that she may need. So hopefully for her, um, oh, they can yeah, they can be inaccurate. They literally I've watched videos of them there was this one lady, her and her husband, they were immigrants. They were awaiting to get their citizenship. They were trying to get pregnant. So she was taking folic acid. So she put some folic acid pills in a bag to take with her to work to take because she would take one like in the morning, at lunchtime, and I think again at night, whatever. So she took these folic acid, she put some in a Ziploc bag, put them in her car to bring to work. Her and her man got pulled over. The cops found the bag of like 10 folic acid pills, tested it. It said it was like not Xanax. It said it was what do you roll on? X. It said it was ecstasy, right? Um, they both went to jail. They were immigrants. Like they didn't have any family in the state that they were in. And so they both stayed in jail until the test results came back months later. They missed, they were supposed to, when you get sworn in to be a citizen, not sworn in, but when you get your citizenship, you have to show up somewhere. I don't know what it is, but the guy missed that. He was set to get his citizenship in the time that he was in prison or in jail. They both lost their jobs. They got evicted from their house. There was a man that worked, um, he worked with the church. He worked with troubled teens and stuff like that. He did a lot of charity work, and every morning on his way to his regular job, he would stop by Krispy Kreme donut and get a donut. Well, he was pulled over one day, and they tested like some glaze was in his seat from the donuts. They tested that, and it came back for something. He went to jail. He couldn't work with teens for a while. Like he couldn't like do what he was doing in the church because people in the church complained because people thought he was on drugs. Yeah. So listen, that's true, Jamie. That is true. So yeah, those tests can be extremely faulty. I mean, in Georgia, I know particularly in Georgia, there are some, um, what do y'all call them? Y'all don't call them parishes in Georgia. What do y'all call them? Counties? Specifically in Georgia, there are some counties that will not even use them. Won't even use them because they're so faulty. I personally think if they're going to use them, what they should do, if they're going to use them, if it comes back positive, they should write you a ticket for potential math. Set a court date that you will come to after the lab results come back, where then they will decide, okay, it was in fact methamphetamines. So you're going to go to jail, or you can pay a bond right now and not go to jail, or you can go to rehab. I think if they're going to use them, it should not be to lock people up because they can be so faulty. It should be to write them a ticket to come to court after the lab results can come back. That's what I think they should do. But I said that too. I said the fact that she forced them to rug test her. That's what they told me. They said it doesn't matter. It don't matter because we're not charging you with being under the influence. We're charging you with possession. Now, here's the thing with that. More than likely, at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm sure they gave Bree a roadside, what do you call it? A field sobriety test. More than likely, they gave her a field sobriety test. They gave me like 3 the night I was arrested. They gave me like 3 because they really wanted me to fail. They really was hoping I would fail at least one, and that's the crazy thing. They gave me 3. If I would have even failed one, they would have charged me with being under the influence. But I passed all 3. More than likely, they did give Bree one. And since she wasn't charged with being under the influence, I'm assuming she did pass. So she's got that going for her if that's the case. Yes, those roadside kits can and will destroy people's lives. You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy, Miss Bug? Is okay. So, yeah, they can. So after that happened to me, it was like they're gonna send it to the lab. Once it comes back, like you'll know. So I hired an attorney. My attorney told me like, don't speak about it on social media. I'd already made a post. I had to take it down. And anything that an attorney does for you, they charge you. So what I did over the course, like once or twice a week, I would call the DA's office and say, "Hey, have y'all got the results from the crime, like from the lab? You got yet? This is so and so. Have you guys? I was arrested this date. I was charged with this. They were supposed to send that to the lab. Has it been sent to the lab? Had the results came back? I was told, no, 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 not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. It was 3 months. 3 months. They got the results back. On my paperwork, you want to know what it said? That it wasn't even sent in till a week prior. A week prior, they got it. It took them a week to test it and send the results back. So the parish responsible for my arrest that arrested me didn't even send it in for 3 months, and my life was in limbo because I couldn't do anything. My attorney was like, "Don't talk about it." I was being bashed online for being an addict. Like, and I couldn't say anything. And they held on, they didn't even send it in for 3 months. Speaking of, we find out tomorrow if the judge will approve KJ being locked up for contempt. Wait, what do you, hold on, what? I'm not following that. Not really. There's a chance Katie's going to be locked up for being held in contempt. Okay, it's been a minute since I really kept up with the Katie thing. What creators still cover her lawsuit? And let me tell you something. When Bree was arrested, I know Katie jumped on lives, and it literally gave me deja vu. I was like, because as we all know, when I was arrested, Katie jumped on social media saying like, "Oh, if they tested whatever she had at the scene and it tested positive," Katie was like, "Those test kits are extremely accurate." She said all kind of stuff that she didn't know what the hell she was talking about. And she speaks with facts. Katie speaks like it's a fact. She don't say, "I think," from my understanding. She talks like everything is a fact. Southern Mutton is good. Okay, I do remember Southern Mutton. I have to look her up again. Dash. Well, what's so funny? You guys want to know what was funny? You guys know I sued the police department. They settled out of court for a sum of money. What's funny is when I did my deposition and I had to meet with their attorney said, "Do you have any enemies that would like report you? Like they would call in and report you? They could have like caused you to be pulled over?" And I'm like, "Actually, no." And I was like, "Well, one." I was like, "I don't have any real life enemies, but yeah, I do have this one creator on YouTube that hates me." And ironically enough, like a week before, "Oh, hey, I'm new here. Well, welcome." But I was like, "Actually, I don't have any like real life enemies, but I do have a content creator on YouTube that hates me." And like a week prior to this all happening, she had pulled all my information. She knew what kind of car I drove. Like she knew everything. So, mhm. So yeah. And I was like, "Y'all tell, like, wouldn't y'all have the records if somebody made a call in?" And they were like, "Well, we could look for them, but we would have to be paid. The department's not going to do that." Like, because I was like, "You guys, you're the attorneys for the police department. Did they not tell you guys if there was a call in on me?" No, they did not tell them if there was a call in on me. And if they wanted to dig to see if there was a call in on me, like it would take somebody digging. Nobody wanted to put the time in to look into that. If this was a Netflix, that was such a long video. I should redo it, take the old one down, and just get right to the point. I did a live stream and I was answering like all the questions and everything, so the video itself turned out to be really long. So they sent mine to a lab that's like an hour away. Anyways, you guys, so I don't think there's any other video. Wait, there is one other video.
And just stick around.
It's like a 6-minute video of Bree kind of discussing the topic as well. We'll watch that really quickly. And I don't think I have anything else to add to the whole situation with Bree other than it seems like Gypsy may already be, like distancing herself from Bree. And listen. Imagine how Bree's good friend Rachel felt when she just dumped her off. Right now Bree defends Gypsy, defends her to her core. And if Gypsy does start, separating herself from Bree, then maybe Bree then will, maybe she's like clouded right now. I don't know. Maybe she's clouded by that friendship. That if she starts kind of separating herself, then she'll really see more about who Gypsy is.
Or her case into their entertainment, lives, mockery, humiliation, speculation, all based on very little understanding of what actually happened. Yes, Friday when I was arrested. Yes, I was arrested Friday night, and we'll get to that. Don't worry. So what you don't get to do is turn my life into a spectacle because you disagree with my opinions on Gypsy. Here's what I think a lot of you are deeply confused about. You seem to think that my entire identity, my entire world revolves around Gypsy. That would be y'all's. It doesn't for me. When I first started making content, I saw a human being torn apart because she didn't come out of prison as the perfect victim that y'all or some of you expected her to be. I did what many of you claim to do.
I don't think that's why people started switching their opinions. I don't think people expected her to come out and be this perfect victim. I think people saw her come out and she was locked up. We couldn't see her personality. We couldn't see how manipulative she was. We couldn't see these things because she was behind a prison wall. Once she came out of prison and she started doing things like, I don't know, filming her husband saying, "Look at Ryan freaking out. Look at Ryan freaking out on me. Look at him. You remind me of my mom." Meanwhile, Ryan's like, "I'm just mad that you told the whole world about our sex life. Like, it's you're mad I told my sister. No, I'm mad that you told the whole world." Meanwhile, Ryan already got reprimanded by his school because Gypsy made a post saying the D was fire. Ryan already got reprimanded over that. And then Gypsy decides on reality television to talk about Ryan busting a in her, Meanwhile, what Ryan did end up saying after this, after they split up, was that him and Gypsy were trying. He said, "We were trying to have a baby. It was something we discussed, but we're trying." So the fact that she then went and told her sister, like, "Oh, it was an accident," is that not manipulative? Because Gypsy tells her sister, "Oh, it's just an accident." Really, to him, they were trying. But Gypsy knew that was a dumb decision. The whole thing is Dee Dee did not think Gypsy Rose Blanchard was mature enough to date. She still isn't. She still isn't. Look at what she did with Ryan. Look at what she's doing with Ken. Like, she's still not mature enough to date, because she gets out and she immediately wants a dog. She immediately wants to start getting pregnant. And she knows it doesn't make sense. She knows it's not a smart decision. So rather than being honest with her sister and saying, "Well, I'm out of prison. I've been locked up for all this time, and I just desperately want to be a mom. I just desperately want to be a mom. So yeah, me and Ryan, we talked about it. We're married, so we're trying to have a kid." Rather than doing that and taking accountability for her wants, she threw it up on Ryan. "Oh, it was an accident. I really can't afford to get pregnant. I don't need to." And her sister's like, "Yeah, that's dumb. You don't need to get pregnant. Okay, let's go get a plan B." So people are seeing these things. We see her doing these things. So we're like, she's very manipulative. She's a manipulative person. The reason people started flipping was because we started seeing how manipulative she was. It wasn't because she wasn't a perfect victim. There are no perfect victims, and most everybody knows that.
I looked into the case, looked at the facts as I understood them, and I spoke about it. Because we're supposed to all be able to do that, right? That's all right. No. The difference is it wasn't okay when I did it because I didn't land where you all agreed. Over time, though, let me make this very fucking clear. My purpose has shifted. It stopped being about just Gypsy. What I stand for is people, and I've made that very clear many times. I stand for human beings whose abuse is invalidated, for people whose trauma is mocked, for people whose voices are silenced because they don't fit the narrative others want.
But I don't see you standing for Nicholas Godejohn. I don't see you standing for Nicholas Godejohn. So I could believe like maybe she stands for that, those type of people. But Nicholas Godejohn is a person that she blames everything on. Meanwhile, this dude has an IQ level of, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's got a low IQ. He's autistic. He's got mental health issues. He received a check, but she's not standing for him at all.
That's what.
As a matter of fact, she talks about how crazy he is and how he has a desire to kill and blah, 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 blah. So, like, I'm not believing that, Bree, because he's not the perfect victim. You believe he's horrible?
I stand for. And while some of you have spent years obsessing over one single person, what I've been doing is building something real.
And nobody been spending years. I don't know any person that covers only Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
I built a community. I don't like to call it mine. I like to say it's ours, not yours, by the way. You know who you are if you're a part of this community. But the truth is, I built it by being exactly who I am, caring about human beings. And let me tell you what that community looks like. The last year alone, fewer than 70 people, regular people from the internet, have raised over $12,000 to help each other for rent, mortgage,
Clearly not car insurance.
food, utility bills. We help someone pay for a funeral. We help someone escape a domestic violence situation and get them into a place of their own. That
Listen, if all those things happen, that's great. I mean, I can applaud that. I can applaud helping people.
number doesn't even include the private help people gave each other behind the scenes. When I was arrested, I wasn't in jail for more than an hour and the phones rang nonstop. Almost every single one of those calls was someone from my community.
Holy crap. How do people know and within an hour? That's crazy. Okay, I'm calling BS on this. How did all her friends know within the hour? Like who was the leak? Who was the leak? An hour? At least it took like 24 hours for mine. I don't know. That's crazy. An hour, Bree? I'm curious. Somebody ratted you out because it ain't posting nowhere publicly within an hour. So like was your man telling people? Like how did they know?
Trying to figure out how to help me. That's what a real community looks like. Not like obsessed people on the internet attacking people personally because they don't agree with them over a case. One person even pulled from her burial savings money she never touches to help me. That's love. That's humanity. That's standing for something. You don't even know what that feels like. What you know how to do is attack people personally, mock them, humiliate them, obsess over them. You don't debate ideas, you target human beings. I advocate for humans, you target them. And while you call
I wonder who she's talking about. She's got to be talking about somebody specifically because there's no way she could be talking about all of us creators. It definitely takes more than an hour. So, like, yeah, like it took literally, I was on the side of the road for like 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the booking process was like 2 hours. I mean, it was ridiculous. Humanity is you taking someone's savings to bail. Humanity is you taking someone's burial savings to bail you out of jail when you literally broke the law. Like, even if the rugs are not rugs, let's say that it's uh, baby powder. I don't know. You did not have insurance. Your plates were switched. If that was me and I knew I broke the law, and let's just say she's guilty and everything, and I know, like, listen, I'm guilty. I did it. I'm not going to let somebody take money out of their savings for their burial to pay my bond. I'm going to be like, nope, I'll sit in here. I'll sit in here like my 30 days, whatever, until my husband can come up with the money because I did the crime and I don't want to take from your burial savings to pay for me being irresponsible.
yourselves a community, every fundraiser you touch turns into accusations, infighting, refunds, and public shaming. The only thing you've ever
I feel like she's talking about Katie Joy right there. I don't know.
successfully united around financially is buying documents about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Go figure. That's not advocacy, that's obsession. So speculate about me, talk about my Friday night arrest, say whatever the fuck you want. I'm not going anywhere. You can't push me off the internet because I'm not here for approval. I'm not here because I stand for one human being. I'm here because I stand for human beings. And I've built something real, something that.
But you don't really stand for human beings because you only stand for like Gypsy and like your friends. Like the other people, like somebody said, you have people fired from their jobs. Did she have like Nina fired? Listen, I don't know Nina that well. And I don't know. I feel like if you take it that far, don't be surprised when somebody takes it that far against you. I don't know if Nina's ever taken it that far. So I'm not saying that in that respect or that regard. I'm just saying, Bree, like if you've ever went after somebody's job, like that's not cool. That's really not cool. When people go after my job, that infuriates me. That infuriates me because I have 6 kids. I have 2 children with autism. Like I have a son that's extremely ADHD that we're probably about to have to start homeschooling because he's struggling. Just not really with his schoolwork, but just really struggling in class. And we really, when he's on medication, it like he's not himself. And so we're struggling. So we're probably about to have to homeschool him. Um, and I have another child that has some really serious issues due to something that happened to that child last year. So when people go after my job, like when they did, when they were reporting my TikTok, which is a huge part of my income, it literally sent fire under me. Fire under me. So we don't go after people's real lives. Like if we want to talk about somebody, their opinion about something, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's talk about people's opinions. Let's have that conversation. Let's not go real life on people. Let's not go after people's jobs. And the only reason I even covered Bree's arrest, it's already out there, was also to give a little bit more facts to the reality of the situation. It is a slight possibility that what was found in the car may not be drugs. Just because it tested positive on that kit doesn't mean that it's drugs. And I wanted to give a little bit of insight into that.
You'll never know. And while you spend your time tearing people down, I'll keep standing with people who actually know how to show up for each other. Like, just imagine being you, someone who wants to try to get police body camera footage of a extremely traumatizing night of my life. Me being so confused, not knowing what was about to happen, and literally the rest of that footage would be me hysterical. That's what you would see me.
I can understand that. I can understand that as someone that was one of the most traumatizing moments in my life too. So I can understand her feeling that way. Yeah, I can understand that. And I'm sure even if she's guilty on all accounts, switch license plates, rugs, no tail lights, I'm sure that is a scary thought for her to think like, oh, people's going to be putting that on the internet later, and it probably was a traumatizing time. So I am sure it's a scary thought for her.
Like being fucking hysterical, hyperventilating, scared to fucking death. But y'all would actually enjoy that.
I'm wondering though if like Nina got arrested or Becca Scoops got arrested or if any of Gypsy Rose Blanchard's like oppositions, if they would like play the body cam footage. Because my thing is like if you would try to get it for somebody that you don't like to play it, then maybe.
Y'all are weird. Y'all are sick. And yeah, I think the real obsession lands on y'all's side, not over here. Over here, including Gypsy, we care about human beings, not just Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I think y'all got things a little confused. I think maybe y'all should be the ones to unplug instead of me. Just know there are so many people who are part of the Gypverse that relate to this so much, whether it be them, a family member. There are so many people in this community who struggle with addiction, who are recovering addicts, and y'all are online making a mockery of a situation that y'all also have no fucking facts about. And people are noticing and they think you're disgusting. And I'm actually so thankful for people that don't normally even talk to me, that have been reaching out to me, letting me know how not okay this is. And
I wonder if those people, I wonder if those people that are disgusted by, maybe the creators that are putting out information about your arrest or are judging you based on your arrest. I wonder, and they're like, oh my gosh, like I feel so bad for Bree, like they shouldn't do this, and they're going to you. I wonder if they know that apparently you have called people pedos, you've got people fired, you've doxed people, you put Becca's past out there. Like I wonder if they know what you've done. Because honestly, listen. Sometimes you just got to be honest with yourself. If you participated in this type of activity and now you're on the opposite end and you see what it feels like, rather than making excuses like that's not what I did with Becca Scoops. That's not what I did. I don't know what you guys were watching, but that wasn't the point of it. If you listen to the video, that's what you did. You literally put her on blast saying she was pill popping, Dr. Shopping, something like that. What you should do now is probably come out and say, you know what? I have engaged in this type of activity. I have been one of the ones that's like, went after people's jobs and I've called people names and you know what? But now I'm seeing what it feels like when I go through something traumatizing to have people, maybe I guess you could say, exploit that. I don't know. And I know how it feels. So I'm sorry to those that I've done it to. and I'm going to change my ways, and I'm no longer going to do that. I'm not going to go real life on people. I'm not going to try to mess with people's jobs, and I'm not going to do that because it doesn't feel good when it's done to me. Maybe that's what you could do. I don't know.
How disgusted they are in people they once associated with, because it's not really people they want to associate with anymore. Just remember, being a shit human being only gets you so far. So hopefully we're all on the same page now. Me and my community, including Gypsy, are not only here for Gypsy. We're here for human beings who get treated like shit by human beings like you.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know enough about Brie to like. I remember hearing that she got like Nina fired. I don't know what went into that, but if she did, and I do know that when I went live and I was streaming her live, I started getting reported as soon as somebody that was on panel with her was like, "Oh, this LEB girl is streaming us." All of a sudden, I'm getting reported. Like I said, I don't know if her followers just took it upon themselves and collectively, like telepathically decided, hey, we're going to go report Elle Bee, and nothing was said. Or if they said, you guys go report her. She's not supposed to be doing that, even though, ironically enough, I've been doing that earlier night. Like 30 minutes prior, they had been literally like playing Into the Weeds' podcast. So they were doing the same exact thing. But if they did, in fact, tell people to report me, that's gone real life. Because when you report somebody, when they're really not even doing anything wrong, what I was doing was okay because I was providing commentary for it and the fact that you were doing it too. But reporting me and you could have potentially, had my TikTok taken down, which is a way that I make money and I provide for my family. Like that's going real life for me. She knew the car wasn't legal. Yes. She said she was like, I knew my car was going to get towed because I didn't have insurance. Imagination, her minions go after anybody who doesn't agree with her. And it seems like they're the ones that can't accept different opinions. It seems like they're the ones that when people don't like Gypsy or don't see Gypsy victim, they're going after them. Becca was on a live with Perez and they immediately started reporting her. I don't know. Oh, they coordinate in Discord. What's the nose ring theory? I don't know about the nose ring theory. So yeah, you guys, that's what's going on right now with Bree. She'll have a court date coming up soon. I guess she posted bond. She probably hired a bondsman. Don't know what she was out that late doing. Maybe she was on her way back from somewhere. I don't know what night it was actually. She said it was Friday night she was arrested. We still don't know for sure, like when the birthday party was, when Aurora's birthday party was. She dogs Nina's kid and Becca's deceased ex's son. What? Shut the front door. You don't mess with people's unalive, like her deceased son and kids. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. I've seen school buddies talk about how she's always been. The party was Sunday. I'm trying to decide if we're gonna do. I know like Ray won't be able to join us tonight. I don't think she might be able to. But I'm trying to catch up because the holidays and I was very sick late yesterday. Let me tell you guys what happened to me really quickly. I'm probably gonna make a little video about it, put it on my FB. But okay, so since we moved in our new house, I've only used the shower like a few times, right? I take long baths, long showers. Okay, information about Brie, we're done and over with. I'm gonna give you guys a little story time for me where I almost died from chlorine poison. Okay. So since we moved into this house, I've only used the shower a couple of times. It's a very nice shower. It's got Bluetooth speakers. It's got a front shower head, a back shower head. You can sit down in it, but we also have a big bath, and I love the big bath. Okay. So what I have noticed when I take a shower is if I'm in there for too long, my eyes burn a little bit. And it's because there's chlorine in our water and I'm in an enclosed shower. So where we live, that's how they treat our water. They clean it with chlorine. Every so often, they'll tell you like don't drink the water because it's either got too much chlorine in it and they just treated it, or because it needs to be treated. Okay. So anywho, what's today? Today is Tuesday. So Sunday night, yes, Sunday night, I take a shower and I was actually like sending voice audios in the shower because I was having a conversation with somebody. And at first, I was just like hitting the button and recording what I said, but it was like messing too much stuff up. So then I started sending audios. So I was taking a long time in the shower. Okay. I had to wash my hair, had to shave, everything. So before I could even really get started, like washing my hair, my eyes started burning. And I'm like, oh, I need to open this door because my eyes are burning. So I opened the door for a little bit. It didn't help. I stepped outside. Didn't really help much, but I was like, okay, I got to get back in, start washing my hair. Get back in, start washing my hair, put my shampoo in. Like by the time I'm like rinse my shampoo out, I'm like, oh my God, I like this is bad. So I grabbed I throw my house coat, and my towel over the shower. And I'll use the towel to dry myself off, then I come out in my house coat. Anyways, I literally had to go out of the bathroom into my bedroom. It was pitch black dark because my eyes were burning so bad. I literally had just gotten the shampoo out of my hair. Okay. I'm on town water, like city water. So I still need to condition my hair. I still needed to shave. So I'm like, oh my God, this is bad. So I go into the bedroom and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to clear my eyes up. I stand in there for like 5 minutes. My hair is soaking wet. I go back in. I do the conditioner, get the conditioner out. I have to go get back out of the bath, out of the shower, go back into the bedroom again because my eyes are just on fire. At this point, I'm feeling it in my chest. Like I feel like I've inhaled, um, I don't know, like fire. So I'm like, dude, I gotta hurry. I get back in there and I just hurry. I just hurry and finish up. I get out, and my bathroom is just so smoky and cloudy. And I'm like, holy crap, this is insane. And I realized, oh my gosh, this morning I was freezing. So I closed the vents. That morning, I closed the vents to the bathroom because I was cold. So normally when I shower, normally I don't take that long because I'm not sending audios and having a conversation, but I normally have the vents going and it kind of regulates, the air in the bathroom. I was in the shower for probably 35 minutes with no vents going and, getting out a couple of times and having the door open for a second. By the time I got out, normally, even after I take a shower, I'm in the bathroom for like another 30 minutes, like drying my hair, putting my skincare on, lotioning and lathering up my whole body. I couldn't do it. I literally had to go out of my bathroom and go into the bedroom and sit down and like try to I couldn't even, my head was pounding, my eyes was hurting, like my chest was hurting. It felt like this is my new house. I felt like I was breathing in just like pure fire. Sean wakes up and I tell him about it. I'm like, I'm dying. I think I've got chlorine poison. So I start looking it up on Chat GPT, and sure enough, it's like, yep, sounds like you got chlorine poison, like you inhaled too much chlorine, right? So it's like, take some Tylenol, sip some water, in like 30 minutes, like your eyes should be feeling better, your headache should be feeling better. So I'm like, okay. So it's literally like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning at this point. I take some Tylenol, I sip some water, I start feeling a little bit better. I take some melatonin, I go to sleep. I wake up the next day and I am in horrible shape. I'm telling you, horrible shape. I could barely hold my eyes open without my head pounding, the back of my eyes hurting so bad. My chest still was like, it still got a little like fire, like really like in the back of my throat right here, a little fire sensation, a little heat. Um, I could barely function. Yesterday, I could barely function. Like, my daughter, like, came and was like, "Mom, get up." And I'm like, "I can't." I was like, "I can't get up. I'm dying." I did get up and, I was playing games with my kids on the phone, but after, like, maybe 15 minutes of, like, my eyes looking at the phone, I just couldn't. I was like, "Y'all, I can't. I'm so sorry. My eyes are hurting too bad. I've gotta go lay down." So, yeah, I was bedbound yesterday due to chlorine poison. Yeah. It did say that if I didn't feel better by today, I should go to the doctor, but I did wake up feeling well enough that I was able to get up, move around, and come to work. So maybe it is. Maybe it's some sort of allergic reaction. I don't know, but it was bad. And then I was like, I told my husband, I was like, oh my goodness, we can never, ever close the vents in our bathroom again. We cannot let our kids take long showers. Like, now, Miss Bug, listen, I'm not going to rest. I'm probably going to catch up on work, if anything. But I might. I do have to tell you guys something though. So, I laid in bed all day. Last night I started feeling like a little bit better, but my eyes were still hurting. So, what I did was I laid in bed listening to Real Housewives. I didn't watch any of it really because my eyes were hurting too bad to watch it, but I laid in bed listening to like the next episode. But anyways, so yeah, if I don't go live and watch it, it'll be just because I'm like catching up on work. But I might, we'll see. But anyways, you guys, that's the tea on Bree. I really am hoping that if it is Bree with the issue, that she can be honest with herself, get the help that she needs. If it's not her, and there is just, I know, I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't do it. If it's not Bree and it's a family member or a relative, then she will help them. I didn't really watch it though. I just listened. So we're still gonna watch, and I'll give you guys my reaction. Um, do I think Gypsy is on that? Oh God, I wouldn't even want to speculate on that. I wouldn't even want to speculate on that, just because, you know, just that's. I wouldn't want to speculate on that. Is her sister posting again, or just that one post you talking about? Anyways, you guys, if more comes out about Bree, I'll keep you guys updated, or maybe Bree will keep us updated. Maybe Bree will keep us updated. I don't know. But yeah, I know it sucks when you get arrested and you have all these people like, oh well, it must be this because this happened when like you were there and like you may know more, you know. But I love you guys. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Make sure you follow me everywhere else. I'm on X, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram. Gosh, I'm everywhere. May go live tonight on TikTok. If I do, I'll make a post on Facebook. I'll make a post here on my community tab as well. And I'll be live at like 8 p.m. Central Time. And Rei may or may not be on with me. I know she's got a lot going on this week. So if she is, she'll be there. If she can't, she won't. Anyways, you guys, leave me your thoughts and I'll see y'all next time. I may be live at least one more time on here. I'll see. So just make sure your notifications are on. Bye, guys.